Hello. For the reflection today, I'd like to think about a verse from Matthew chapter 5, from the Sermon on the Mount, quite famous verses from the Bible and the teaching of Jesus. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Well, most of you probably know by now that my dad died on the 1st of January. And so clearly for me it's been a time of mourning the loss of my dear dad. And along with my two sisters, we have spent quite a bit of that time of mourning in this place where I'm sitting just now. And it's a little hub area in my sister's garden. And clearly we're still in lockdown. And in January, when my dad passed, we had a funeral to arrange. And we couldn't be indoors together. And it's been an extremely difficult and challenging time for us to be mourning. And how to do that very separately, just on your own. It's not a kind of natural thing. It's a time for being with family and friends and gathering support around about you. And so we have spent time here in this hub, outdoors, January and February. And here we are in March and we're still here and sitting wrapped up in blankets to try and keep warm. And so for me, this place has been a place of solace where I could find comfort. Spending time with my sisters as we together mourned the loss of our dad, and our shared memories and our tears and the laughter that we have shared together have brought comfort to me. Currently, on a Monday evening, I'm part of a group. I've made some new friends, and we're discussing this very chapter from Matthew 5, the Sermon on the Mount, and how that we can actually follow the words of Jesus and live those out in our lives in a real way. And one of the things that we're thinking about this week is this very verse, blessed are they who mourn, for they shall be comforted. And we've talked about how we can be alongside people in their mourning, and it might not necessarily be the death of a loved one like I've had. It could be what we're mourning in our lives, in our society, what tragic things are happening round about us daily that we see and are affecting us and upsetting us. And so even in mourning for those things, we can find comfort through bringing these things to God. And one of the things we've been asked to do this week is to stand alongside people in their pain and in their mourning. One of my next door neighbours, their daughter died last week, and it's been her funeral this week. And I had taken flowers across to the woman, and I was literally standing with her in her loss and in her pain at her front door. Clearly I could not go into her house, and we stood at her door and we were standing together in that pain, able to share in that together. And that's quite a precious thing to be able to do, and quite a privilege to be able to do that. And so I just wonder for you today, what things are you mourning in life about? It may not be the loss of a person or a loved one, but it could be something that's happening round about that you're deeply sad about, and that you can bring those things to God and find a place to just be, to mourn. We've been able to sit in this hub area. We're out in the countryside, it's quiet, and I just love the verse about be still and know that I am God. And I pray that whatever things that we are mourning in our life, that we would find that peace from God. Thank you for listening today.